Hello and welcome to another edition of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh, and as you can see, I have a gaggle of guests with me today. One you are familiar with because she has been on our show before, but we have two new performers who are going to be entertaining you today. So it'll give me great pleasure to introduce to you, starting on my far right, the person you know, Ro Evans of the Demented Poets. Thanks for coming on, Ro.
Hey,
nice to have you pop
on?
in. I also have a gentleman here who is going to talk about his venture in promoting the future of music. I present to you Ed Battle. Hey, Ed.
Hello.
And as you can see, I have another person here who has a guitar with him who will also be entertaining you in a little while, Mr. Cody Care. Welcome.
Do I look in a certain direction?
No, you look straight ahead.
Okay.
You look straight ahead.
I'm blind, so let's just get that out of the way.
I have no response to that one, folks.
I thought it was me.
It's quick like a Band-Aid.
So, on a rare serious note that you'll probably have for the next 28 minutes, let's start with Ed. Ed, the reason that we were doing the show is that you had contacted me because you had seen the show all the way up in New Hampshire.
Yes.
And you were connected with Ro Evans, or Rosemary Evans, and she's going to be doing a show with you. So why don't you look into that camera there and let the people at home know who you are and why you're here today.
Well, I run a promotional booking company called Right Track Entertainment. I started a couple years ago. Actually, when I first started, I failed horribly. I decided to revamp after a while. I started off calling it EBT Entertainment because I thought, put my name in the title.
Okay.
And after doing some research, I realized that businesses that don't put their own personal name into the titles actually are more successful. So I went through a bunch of stuff on the internet and did some research and changed a lot of my methods. And over the last 6 months, things have just grown in such a large proportion. Even me, it's hard to keep up with it. And I do all of it. I do sound, I book, I promote, I even do networking for other groups, helping them get onto web radio stations or on their own independent shows. But I mainly do, for myself, I mostly do a multi-band show with venues. I do a rotation of venues.
Now, this is around the New Hampshire area, and do you plan on branching that out?
I do northern Massachusetts too, like Lowell, Haverhill. I try to keep it within a reasonable circumference of my own residence because it takes me so long to get there and so long to get back and can eat up a lot of time. And just the internet and just doing a lot of the research and searching, it takes so much time out of my day alone. It's like 2 full-time jobs. I have to turn my phone off at night because it just goes off on and on.
Well, that's a good executive problem to have. So I think we have a real live success story of your business because why don't you talk a little bit, why don't you do it at this point, Ro? Why don't you talk a little bit and talk about how you and Ed connected and something that you have going on?
Well, let's see. RT Booking, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I was on Facebook, I think it was like 9 o'clock or 10. And I saw RT Booking, and I liked it, and then he friended me, and I said, "Yeah, might as well see where this is." And I friended him back, and we messaged, and I said, "I've never gone to New Hampshire. I've never ventured out of Rhode Island or Massachusetts. So this is our first gig in December 5th, and we do a lot of charities. You know, last time I was on, we did a charity for Nepal.
Yep.
And so this should be an interesting thing. Toys for Tots, Marines. Yes, we support the Marines, and it's also a good thing for the kids. So I thought this would be really good to do.
Well, you know, folks at home watching this show, and this will get seen by many different people. So if you have an interest in looking for someone to promote your band or promote your music, you may want to connect with Ed on that, and before the end of the show, we'll give you all the information on how you do that.
Get your local music out into the live entertainment scene. No more fighting to get a response from people that you could go emails and phone calls unanswered. I get right on it, and that's my goal, is to be right on things with local music and get people out there and heard, whether it's on the internet or live or through web radio or anything. Anything I can do to help the local scene is what I'm trying to do.
And I also, just for a point of interest for you folks watching at home, you had a relationship band-wise with Susie Hatton Band.
Oh yeah, she played one of my gigs in Haverhill. No, it wasn't in Haverhill. It was in Salem. I did this huge block party show. I do them every once in a great while, but I get like 30 bands together to play for 2 days, and it's a wild couple of days, but it's a heck of a show.
Well, if you can get Susie Hatton and you can get the Demented Poets, you folks at home who are thinking of getting out there and getting a little more exposure, Ed's your guy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this other guy here to my right, this guy with this flashy guitar. Look straight ahead and let the people at home know a little bit about you, Mr. Cody Care.
Well, I like long walks on the beach and
Music.
oh, music. Yeah, okay.
Music related.
I told you we may have only a few rare moments of sanity here.
Yeah. Firstly, my life is a pretty whimsical tornado of events.
Well, take it from a tornado and maybe bring it down to a stiff breeze for the sake of time.
Fair enough. So I guess I'll stick to how I met Eddie and the music scene in general. Eddie,
it's a sitcom too on CBS.
Yeah, Eddie and Cody.
We do have a clock to pay attention to here, guys.
All right. Oh, all right. So moving on. Facebook is how I met Eddie. I don't remember the exact details of it, but I just saw shows and then I reached out. And Eddie has been really good at getting back to me in a good time, which is something I've never really found. I've worked with people like Linda Ard, who did the Sad Cafe in Plastow, and I've worked with Sadi Khan, who did the Jam Factory in southern New Hampshire.
Cool.
And I've never met anyone like Eddie who's been so not about the benefit. It's just, I feel like for him, I'm sorry, I'm talking about like you're not here, but it's, about meeting some good people and booking good music.
Cool.
And I've had a lot of fun with it, and I've met really good people, and it's been a good place for me to showcase myself, because me as a musician, I write, so it's therapeutic for me, and a lot of my stuff is very emotional, and it's been a good way to help get that out to people so they don't feel quite as alone.
Well, we'll get to hear a little bit of that in a minute. Ed, I meant to jump in a couple of seconds when you were talking about Salem. Do you have any connection with the Grog up there?
No. Is it a group or a venue?
A venue. You familiar with the Grog, Ro?
I'll
You
have to
should
look
get in,
into
get
it.
yourself in there. That would be a great place for you and the Demented Poets.
Demented Poets
Society. I know, I
But we might be
abbreviate it.
my band wants to change the name, so we'll see.
Cool. You should check into the Grog. But for the sake of time here, Ro, not only did we bring you in to say hello and welcome you back, but you have a little song that you want to play for us, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You got to zip out of here.
I'm gonna
So
zip outta here
one of the
and-
conditions of letting you on was that you have to grace us with a song. So why don't you
right.
do what you need to do for
We're
the
going
next
to do
couple
long.
of seconds?
I don't want to give too much away for the benefits, so
Okay.
I'm just going to play one song and then zip out of here. And I guess there's another guest that's playing with Cody.
Correct.
So I'm going to hang around for a little while and listen to y'all.
Good. Thank you.
It's called Long Train Coming. I said angel on the right side, devils on the left. can say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can say, I am very fortunate to be sitting in this chair because I have the opportunity to have great guests and great musicians and great people like Ro Evans. So, Ro, I know we weren't expecting you today, but I have to tell you, you're a great addition to the show. And
Thank you.
I told you the first time here, you were welcome on the show anytime. Please come back, bring your boys with you, and let's have some fun. But I know you have to run.
Yeah, Frank, thank you so much for having me.
Always a pleasure.
And now we have
Ro.
a bassist, so we'll definitely toddle down here again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nice to see you, Ro. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be shifting.
Still hooked up to the mic.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you.
I'll see you Saturday.
Ro's going to be playing with Ed on Saturday, so we're going to be shifting gears in just a second and bringing over a djembe player who is going to be coming on and joining the show, and he's going to be accompanying Mr. Guitarist here. So, why don't you throw that mic on?
Yeah, this is my good friend Scott Plourde.
Hello.
Can I have I brought a bottle of water.
Absolutely.
Wife, would you mind bringing me my water?
We have a studio filled with people today.
This is my wife.
There's a plethora.
I have to tell you, we do not pay for cameo appearances, so no cameos
Let
allowed.
me some out of here.
So, why don't you talk a little bit about your djembe player here? Introduce him and let us know a little bit about this guy.
So this is quite possibly my best friend, Scott Plourde.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Welcome, Scott.
We met. We are both avid D&D players.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you who don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you didn't want me to say that.
That's okay.
And we met a little over a year ago now through that. And when we were playing, he was drumming on the table, and there was this really awkward pause, and I was just staring at him because I'd been looking for someone to drum for me for a while.
Okay.
So I'm just staring at him, and he turns up at me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Do you drum?" And he said, "Yes." And I treated that a lot like, will you marry me? Because he said yes, and now now this is happening.
Now, are you a regular drummer as well and play the kit, or is that what you play?
I'm teaching myself how to play, but I don't have any formal lessons.
Okay.
I mostly just play this. I actually started because I would always drum on the steering wheel
Yep.
as I drove, and that got dangerous, so my parents bought me a drum instead and said, maybe that's safer. So.
Well, that's great. So, what are you going to be singing for us, Cody?
How many songs? Just one?
You could probably sing two.
Okay, two. Well, the first song I'm going to sing is Whiteout.
Okay.
So, as I've stated, I am blind, and that I'm a lot better about it now. Like, it's a lot easier to deal with, and in the beginning it wasn't very easy, and this is kind of the culmination of it. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so. Some people find their answers down the barrel of a loaded gun. Some people make a purpose out of selling themselves for drugs. Some people find it hard to put trust in anyone. I'm singing maybe when it's over we can all find love. And can you really be with someone when you like to be alone? And can you face the world together when you're landing on your own? Can you really hate the winter when your heart feels so cold? Maybe when it's
Look into the future, looks just like the past. Maybe when it's over, things won't be so bad. And did you want to fall apart, but you're cursed with being strong? And did you try to let go, but your hands kept holding on? And did you find the right words, but they always came out wrong? And singing, maybe when it's over, we'll find where we belong. And it's a dark night in the middle of the city, and no bright lights look so pretty, and every shadow looks like my regret. And it's a dark road, and it just keeps knowing, no, I don't know where it is I'm going, and with every step I will wish I could forget. In this whiteout, I'll lay memories to rest. My childhood is foggy, I think most of it's repressed. Time makes it worse with every passing breath. Tell Mom and Dad that I wish them both the best. I love my broken home, but I think it's time I left. And it's a dark night in the middle of the city, and those bright lights look so pretty, and every shadow looks like my regret. And it's a dark road, and it just keeps knowing, no, I don't know where it is I'm going, no, and every step I wish I could forget. In this whiteout, I'll lay memories to rest. I never found my answers down the barrel of a loaded gun. No, 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 I never made a purpose out of selling myself for drugs. I know it can be hard, but I'll put trust in someone. I'm singing, maybe when it's over, I'll find love.
Wow.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little bit speechless here to be able to sit this close and feel the passion and feel those words that came out of his mouth that just went through me. So keep your eye open for this guy, Mr. Cody Care. Cody, that was great.
Thank you.
I wish the show was a little bit longer because I would have so many questions and would like to a little bit more about your influences and where that stuff comes from. I hear a little bit of Greg Greenway in there, if you know Greg Greenway.
I don't.
I hear a little Greg Greenway in there, but we have about 5.5 minutes to go here. Do you have a song that's not as long, but just as powerful?
I do. Would you like a more upbeat one, or?
This is your shining moment, brother, so you do whatever you want and keep it under 4 minutes if you can.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play a song I wrote called It's Not Too Late. 1, 2, 1.
It's such a bittersweet procession. What some call love, others label an infection. They try to find a cure while they hide inside their not too late for me. No, it's not too late for me. And so I bask in intervention. The world would tell me that my hope is my obsession. They say that everything I am will come crashing in. Sometimes I feel like I am broken. Sometimes I blame my mom and dad for my misfortune. They tears are standing in our garages, but the world still spins. How can I hope to become better when I can't learn to forgive? So I wonder and I wait. While the world feels a hunger bent on hate. From where I stand now, I think that I can see it's not too late, no, it's not too late for me. No, it's not too late for me. 'Cause I'm not one, I'm one of many. And we're one of many more. And in this world we create, there's no I anymore. So I wonder and I wait. While the world feels a hunger bent on hate. From where we stand, we think that we can see it's not too late, it's not too late. Oh, yeah. There's so much more to be.
Wow. Cody, I have to tell you, that was fantastic. That was fantastic. And I think we just have about enough time to kind of wrap it up. And first of all, I want to thank you all for being here. Even though we started off with a little bit of jocularity, I think it ended on a very high note. I want to thank Ro Evans for popping in and making a great appearance. But Ed, why don't you take about 10 seconds or so and let the people at home know how they can get a hold of you and how they can reach you.
You can look up Right Track Entertainment on Facebook. That's where I do most of my networking.
And it's Edward Battles on Facebook, is that correct?
Yeah. And you can also find Cody Care on Facebook, and I'm sure he's on there.
Well, Cody Care and Scott, thank you for joining. For someone who just started off playing on a steering wheel, you done good there, kid.
Thank you very much.
So for everyone here, Roxanne Morris, who pushed all the buttons and made us sound and look pretty today, Scott, Ed, Cody, gaggle of fans, Ro Evans, as always, I am Frank Walsh, and we will see you down the road.
Thank you, everybody at home.